Hey guys, welcome to another video on Brand Advice where we talk about business and finance in Germany. My name is Bharat, and in this series we are going to talk about business. And we're going to start the first episode by talking about the mindset behind starting a business. Why did I start a business? What were the upsides? And how exactly the journey progressed. Back in 2016 when I came to Germany and Alina and I started living together, Alina was doing her vocational training where she was earning around 500 euros and she used to get Kindergeld, which used to be around 200 euros. So those were the 700 euros that she was earning, and in the first 3 months it was very difficult for us to survive because of course 700 euros is our net income. From that we have 500 euros which would straight away go to the rent. So we would just have around 150 euros for the groceries and stuff, and 50 euros that we can put inside, like having the phone contract or something like that. I didn't even have the phone contract till I started my masters, because that was a time when I was having my part-time job too, so that we could afford 2 phones. So I had saved up around 1500 euros from my internship back in 2015 in Berlin. So I brought it with me thinking that, we would be able to utilize it. But once you start living together, you realize how quickly the money goes away. So like you guys can imagine, having 200 euros after getting the rent away is not so much money. And especially in couples, if you have these kind of financial problems where you have to turn every single cent twice, to realize that you cannot afford to buy the thing that you really wanted, or you might not be able to go to a cafe, to a restaurant, and especially like for a couple who start living together, it is very daunting. So that was like very problematic for us till the time I got my part-time job. But even when I got my part-time job, I was put in the tax class 5 and Alina was in the tax class 3. Tax class 3 is taxed lower because this is generally selected by the people who are earning more, so that they have to pay lesser taxes. And tax class 5, you are taxed heavily there for the people who are actually earning lower in a couple. So I was getting taxed at tax class 5, so in the end I would just have around 350 euros or something, which was again not a lot of money saved up on the side. We did all the right things, thinking in terms of saving. We did not used to go out. We were always buying things from the discounter supermarkets, so like you have Aldi and Penny and so on, and we were trying to save as much as we could. More we couldn't do. Then we also started a Bausparvertrag, thinking at that time that it would be a good idea, but we would realize in 2019 that having a Bausparvertrag is actually a lot of pain, and there are a lot of hidden things that you should know about that I will be discussing in another video. So we also had a Bausparvertrag, so that we are getting some 0.1% interest on our money, so that when we decide to buy a house or something, we can actually take some loan on the rest of the amount that we have saved up. And we were all happy and thinking that yes, things are going in the right way. But still the financial problems were still there, and the financial problems were always translating into problems in the relationship. So I was like, the only way to solve it is figuring out how to earn more money, because that way at least we can have some kind of luxuries that normal young couples can have. At that time we were 21. So that was the time when I started thinking about freelancing. You can easily get the permission from the Ausländersbehörde. So you have to ask for permission to do freelancing. You cannot do it on your own on student visa. If you're on the permanent residency and stuff, that is not a problem. But then you have to see if you have to do the trade registration, so Gewerbeanmeldung or something. So all of that things you can just quickly catch up with the Ausländersbehörde or the Rathaus on a phone call. That is not a problem at all. So the very first gig that I did was on eBay Kleinanzeiger. I knew that I have English skills. I can speak English, and maybe I can give some kind of tuition, or I can teach some other students or who are going to the university. This was way before YouTube and stuff, because YouTube I started in late January 2017, and this is a story of around September, October 2016. So I started offering English classes on eBay Kleinanzeiger. And then there was this one Russian guy who wanted to learn German, and it was actually nice because he paid around 50 euros. So I was charging 20 euros an hour. He paid for 2.5 hours. So I was like, hey, crazy. I could earn this 50 euros that I wasn't earning otherwise. And in Germany, if you're having any kind of extra incomes, you do not have to pay the tax on it up to 256 euros in a calendar year, which is nice. But of course, this money also goes away really quickly. But between going to university and doing my masters, coming back to home and doing the homework and stuff, taking care of the assignments, presentations, and all of these things, doing a part-time job, and then figuring out things to freelance on, that was very difficult. Then I slowly also started to realize that maybe doing a YouTube channel is not a bad idea at all. I got this idea back then from the vice consul of the Consulate General of India in Hamburg. So he was teaching English at that time, and I think I saw on his screen like he was earning like 30 euros or something like every single month. And I was like, that is like super interesting that you can actually record some videos, you can put them up, and you can like earn money while you sleep. So that was a very cool thought, thinking that, at least like this way I'm still able to earn money even if like I'm not able to dedicate 100% of my time there. Which was again not a good idea, because once I started making videos, I realized it is very difficult to like make money on YouTube, like especially if you're having an audience which is based in countries which have weaker currency. So my audience was based in India for the channel Bharat in Germany. So at that time, it took me 8 months to gather up the first 70 euros, after which Google AdSense transfers the money to your bank account. So of course, money was not the right motivation there, but it put me in a different direction where I was actually able to solve problems. And once you start solving problems, then you can come up with different kind of products and services that you can start offering and add to the already part-time job income that I was having. So this is a very important lesson that many of you should really take to your heart, and that is that there's only so much that you can save. There will be a time when you will hit the wall and there's no more money that you can save. It is like physically impossible. And this is especially the problem with people who are earning lesser money. For example, if you're earning 450 euros in a month, like there's again like only so much you can save and only so much you can invest. That means you have to start thinking a bit out of the box. You have to start thinking, what kind of skills do you have? What kind of services you can offer? What kind of tuitions? What kind of, let's say, website designing, graphic designing, video editing? There's so many things that you can do, and there are so many things that you can learn for free on YouTube and then offer it to somebody to be able to make some extra money on the side. Of course, go and take the permission from the Ausländersbehörde and everything, like all of these things get done rather faster. But this idea of trying to earn more money so that you have lesser financial worries and you can actually make your future more secure is definitely one thing that you should keep in your mind, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Now, of course, like there's only so long your parents can support you. There's only so long your grandparents, your family, friends like comes later, but there's only so much your family can support you, and you have to start taking responsibility for yourself and thinking about what kind of extra things you can do on the side. YouTube channel is something that almost everybody can do. Of course, for monetizing it, again, you have to take permission from the Ausländersbehörde that you can do, but I'm going to be covering all of these different kind of steps and different kind of freelancing ideas, different kind of business ideas in the next episodes of the business series. So if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, do that. If you were here on this video to know about how do you actually start your business or how do you actually register your business, I have made that video already on my other channel, and I'm going to put the link for that in the description. So don't worry about it too, I've got you covered. But I definitely wanted to start this series by giving you the idea of why I started a business, because again, you have only 40 hours in a week that you can work for. And then afterwards, if you want to earn more money, in the starting, you can do it by working more, and then afterwards you can start your own business so that you don't essentially have to invest your time inside and you're getting passive income out of it. Again, the idea of investing was not something that I would learn till 2020, and in 2016 that was just not how I was processing things and what kind of information we were receiving from other people. So all of that I'm going to be sharing with you so that you don't make the same mistakes that we were doing back then. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any kind of thoughts, comments, suggestions, I always love to read them. If you like this video, share it with one of your friends, and that would mean the world to me. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.